Today in our Homegrown Home, I'll share with you my recipe for delicious Elderflower Cordial. We will run through the basics of keeping chickens for eggs, and we are making a simple ivy topiary garden craft. Hi, I'm Michelle and welcome to my Homegrown Home. Every season has its staples, and this time of year, for us, it's always Elderflower Cordial. We get excited when we see the flowers blooming and we know it's time to stock up our shelves with those golden bottles of deliciousness. And you can adapt my recipe to include different fruits like raspberries, strawberries. I've even used it for peaches. And if you've ever wanted your own farm fresh eggs, I'm going to walk you through the simple steps of keeping chickens. It's much easier than you think, and you don't need a large garden. This time of year, I'm always drawn outdoors. This topiary craft is just perfect for that. There is nothing as refreshing on a hot day as a cold glass of Elderflower Cordial. We start by harvesting about 20 heads of elderflowers. To clean the elderflower, I simply rinse them. I use 2 lemons, zest and sliced, and 85 grams of citric acid. The last ingredient is 1.5 kilos of sugar. I usually make the cordial in my biggest stock pot. To make the basic sugar syrup recipe, you simply pour the sugar into the bowl and add 1.5 liters of water. Initially the mixture will be cloudy, but when it clears up, you know you are ready to add your fruits or flowers in our case. I carefully drop the flowers into the hot sugar syrup mixture. And then add the lemon. Last, I add the citric acid. I then give the mixture a quick stir to incorporate everything. Set the mixture somewhere safe and leave to cool down and soak for at least 24 hours. Making sure my equipment is sterilized before bottling, I need enough bottles, lids, tongs, a jug for pouring, a sieve, and lastly a funnel. I always bring the mixture back to boiling point before pouring it into the hot jars. I now simply strain the mixture over a jar for easy pouring. Using a funnel, I pour these into my jars. Next, I sterilize the jar lids and make sure that I put them on really tight. And that is it! One of our favorite ways to use a cordial is an iced tea. We simply use the cordial, some water, red bush tea. I like adding some sliced lemon, a few sprigs of fresh mint, and plenty of ice cubes. I give this mixture a quick stir to incorporate everything, before finally adding sparkling water. All it needs is one last quick stir and you're done. There's a reason this is a family favorite. It's delicious. I love my little chickens, and I'll share with you how we set up for these cute little beauties. Chickens need a clean, dry coop. We filled ours out with clean hay. And we got everything set up ready before we went to collect them. Always make sure that they have plenty of water and have access to ample food and grit daily. Chickens also need protection from predators, so we made sure that our coop could close securely. We then set off excitedly to collect our chickens. It's important to get your chickens from a reputable poultry farmer or breeder. We settled on these beautiful Barrett Rock hens. When we got home, we carefully placed them into their coop, and we made sure that they're very comfortable in their new home. The chickens will stay in their coop overnight before opening them up again to get settled into their new coop. It's important to let them come out in their own time. Chickens are curious creatures, they'll get there. After a few weeks of settling in, one day you'll open the coop and you'll find your prize, fresh eggs. And all that's left to do is to clean their coop every week. For fresh eggs, that's a good deal. This sweet garden craft gets even prettier with time. All you need is a pot. We filled ours halfway with topsoil. You need ivy plants, garden gloves, wire hangers, a pair of pliers, and some good compost. Make sure to put on the garden gloves to protect your hands from the sharp wire edges. Start by undoing the wire hanger and bending it into an oval or circular shape to start from. Use the pliers to smooth out tricky bends. You also need to straighten the top of the hanger. We decided to shape ours in the shape of whimsical hearts. Take your ivy plant and carefully place it into your pot. Fill up the rest of your pot with your compost. Carefully pat the compost down around the plant. It's now time to add our shape to our plant, simply pushing it down. The last step is to carefully twist the ivy plant around the wire, taking it as far as the plant could go. And as the plant grows, your topiary will become even more beautiful. All you need to do now is stand back and enjoy. That's it for us today. Thank you for stopping by, and we hope to see you soon. See you next time at our Homegrown Home.